Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tableau tutorials. In this video, we are going to discuss about the map visualizations in Tableau. So, what are the map visualizations? Maps are a specific type of visualization which help us to pinpoint to the exact locations that are given in the dataset. When we are talking about maps, we have got two built-in map visualizations in Tableau, which we can get into the Show Me tab. First is a symbol map and the second is a normal map. So the symbol map, as the name suggests, uses a symbol to pinpoint to the locations, while a normal map, what it does is it just highlights the area which is being pointed by our location or by the data. Now the thing comes is what kind of parameters can be treated as a location, right? Of course, the simple text such as apple, ball, cat, these cannot be treated as locations. So we have specific things which can be treated as locations. These are the latitude and the longitude values, which are the most accurate measure for the locations. In case you don't have these values in your data set, you can also take the country names, the state names, the city names as the location values. There is a one simple way to identify those, and that is this earth symbol. If you go to the left side of your Tableau screen, that is in this measure values section, then you see city is represented by this earth symbol. That means Tableau automatically recognizes these values as the location values, and if we want, we can use them to pinpoint to the locations onto the map. Similarly for the country or the region values, similarly for the postal code values, and similarly for the state values as well. As far as latitude and longitude are concerned, so as you can see that these two are also the values that are represented by this earth symbol. But if you take a look at the tooltip, we are getting that it is a generated field with longitude values used with geographic dimensions in map views. So these latitude and longitude were not already present in our data, but they were automatically generated by Tableau on the basis of the geographical data that we had. The geographical data we had was postal code, we had the country, we had the state, and we had the city. So on the basis of all these values, Tableau automatically generated the latitude and the longitude values, and now we can use these values to create a map out of it. So let's see how do we create a map. First of all, we would be taking a look at the symbol map. So the minimum requirement for the symbol map is one geographical location. That's it. Otherwise, we can add more things, more measure values, more measure names, but this is the minimum requirement, one geographical location. So what we can do is actually set this latitude and the longitude values. Just get this latitude into the columns, this longitude into the rows, and automatically a map would have been generated. Like this map is now enabled over here. Okay, so if we just go to one null, so there is this filter data option, and okay, so it took a few seconds, but now the map is loaded. Okay, and this is how it is looking, right? But what we want is, we don't want something like this. We want, right, the locations to be pointed. So what is the criteria on the basis of which we are going to point the locations? Suppose we want the sales value, so let's just get the sales into the rows and let's see if it is working. No, it's not working. So what we are going to do is actually clear this whole sheet. Instead of the latitude and the longitude values, let's just get the state into the columns. Okay, and make sure the map is selected. Now once we select the map, all these states would be pointed like this. Okay, suppose we get sales into the size. So what will happen is, the bubbles that we had available, now they are in the varied sizes or the different sizes. And why is that? It is because now whatever the sum of the states has been given, or whatever the sales have been given in a particular state, the size of the bubble corresponds to that. Like New York and California give us far more sales than Wisconsin and Michigan states. So that is why the bubbles is larger in size, because we got the state in the size. We can just increase the size a little bit to get a better glimpse of the data that is being shown over here. Furthermore, we can make many changes, like we can change the color of the bubbles to suppose orange to showcase the sales. We can add a label as well. So if we just go here, suppose we want the amount of the sales, that what is the sales amount that has been given. Okay, so we can make those changes as well by clicking on this show mark labels option, right? So it would show you the amount of the sales that have been done. You want some details to be there, you want some tooltip to be there, you can add those values as well. Suppose we want profit to be shown as well. So what we can do is just drag this profit into the label column and the profit values will be shown. The circle sizes of the sales, but the values that are being shown to us is of the profit. Furthermore, we can make even more changes, like instead of getting the profit into this label, we can get it into the colors. So the circle size represents the sales, but the circle color represents the profit. So just like this, we can use the same map to showcase multiple forms of data, right? Now we have these buttons that are available. These are the zooming button. We can zoom in or zoom out. This is the pin button that is used to pinpoint to the location that is being shown onto the map. And these are the selection portions, like if you want to select anything or if you want to just zoom into the area using this magnifying glass button, then you can do that as well. Okay. So these are the map controls that we're getting. We can use these map controls. Now let's talk about using the different types of information in the map. How can we use them? Okay. So suppose this has been shown. Let's just remove the profit from here. We are just getting the sales amount into the color portion, into the size portion actually, and the color we are sent as orange. Now we don't want the overall sales. We want the subcategory wise sales, or basically the segment wise sales. Okay, so we had 3 things in the segment, so let's just get the segment wise sales. What we can do is just get the segment into the color portion, and we would be getting the different segments. Like if we just zoom in a little bit, so you see, suppose in the states of Indiana, what we are getting is the different values of the segment, right? Like first we are getting orange, then we are getting blue values, just like this. So this is how the things work in Tableau. Like we can get the different values of the segment, like which segment is most sold. So if we just take a look, a broad look, so we can see the consumer segment is the most selling segment. However, in the states of Indiana, corporate, and in the Missouri also, the corporate segment is more sold. Samely, just like this, the home office segment is more sold in the Rhode Island and some of the states nearby. So this is the kind of the information you can show through the map. Now this is just a symbol map. Let us talk about a field map. Okay, so let me just duplicate this sheet because everything would be similar. Just the thing is that instead of a symbol map, we would be getting a field map. So when we are talking about the field map, let's just remove these values. This is how a field map is looking, right? We are getting the state and the sum of the sales, that is in the colors portion. So size has no effect over here. The only effect we have is through the colors portion, right? So the darkest color is California. That means it is giving us the maximum sales, and the lightest color, whichever state is, like West Virginia, so it is giving us the least amount of sales. This is the difference in the colors through the field map, while in the symbols map we have the difference in the size of the symbols that are being used. Now suppose you want instead of the sales, you want a profit. Let's just get the profit into the colors portion. So this is having the different colors. You want to edit the color size, color to red, green, diverging, you can do that as well, so as to get a red and the blue things for this color. Now suppose you want the name of the states into the labels portion, so you can just add it into the labels, and all the state names would be shown just like this to make it much more visually appealing, right? And there are a number of things that you can do in these maps to make them visually appealing, like change the way they are looking. Okay, we have different forms of maps, like one where waters are being labeled, where the boundaries are not there, only a particular state is shown which we want to show, like most of the data is from US, so we only want US to be shown. So these kind of states would be visible to us, right? So all these changes we can do in the maps with the help of this map option, as you can see over here. Right now we have the light. If we just select to normal, so as you can see the water bodies are now visible with a blue color. Similarly, we have these different options which we can select, like a satellite view, so it would be giving us the satellite view of the map. We have other options like the streets view or the outdoors view or whatever the dark view we are getting. You can just go through these different views to get the one that fits your needs the best. I think normal is looking good, so I'm going with that. Next we have is the map layers and the map options. So if you just go to map options, we have these things like these toolbar options which we want to show or not. By default they are all selected to on, but if you want you can uncheck them as well. There are still a number of things which we can do through maps to customize them, which we would be taking a look in the next video. That's all for this one.